Good day to you, one and all. It is I, Justin Hawkins. This is Justin Hawkins Rides Again. Why am I dressed head to foot in Gucci? Well, there's only one reason why that could possibly be the case, aside from, just being obnoxious. It's because I'm talking about Harry Styles today, and as some of you probably are already aware, he's often dressed head to foot in Gucci because he's a stylish young man. I think probably the Gucci bloke likes him too. So he's got a song out. It's called As It Was, and I'll be talking about that in just a moment. Let me do the intro though. Justin Hawkins rides again. Oh, yeah. Right. Harry's musical career began in 2010 as a solo contestant on the British music competition series, The X Factor. I think The X Factor was probably produced by Nigel Lithgow, or maybe executive produced by Nigel Lithgow, who also produced the very first sort of talent show in that TV format, which was called Pop Stars, and that was at the beginning of the noughties. I may have admitted to this once before, but I did help with the promotion of that first series of this format by doing all the radio advertising for it. So in a way, Anyway, following his elimination, he was brought back to join the boy band One Direction, which went on to become one of the best-selling boy bands of all time, before going on an indefinite hiatus in 2016. That's a good way of putting it, the indefinite hiatus. That's a little bit like conscious uncoupling, in the sense that it doesn't have the same stigma as saying we're splitting up and we all hate each other, and it makes it a little bit easier to explain when you eventually do the cash-in tour around about 2026. So the song was written by Harry Styles himself, alongside the song's producers Kid Harpoon. That's not his real name. His name is probably... Well, how did you get Keith? His name's probably something really underwhelming, like Keith P. Shooter. And then he's decided to sort of make it a bit more aquatic. Tyler Johnson is the other writer. It debuted at number 1 on the US Billboard Hot 100. Good little chart. I like that one. Music critics described this song, As It Was, as a guitar-driven synth pop track, a noticeable shift from Styles' rock-orientated sounds. Rock-orientated. Chris Willman of Variety noted that it takes heavy inspiration from Depeche Mode and Aha. Cool. I like those. Those are good things to be inspired by, aren't they? Is the Harry Styles one, and I suppose the reason why people are saying Aha is because the Take On Me. It's probably an A, whereas the Aha one is in B minor. Okay. Bit of a cop out at the end, actually. Okay. I would say that the Aha one is way more detailed, and because it's exploring, it's meandering around a B minor theme. That's actually a pretty sad key, isn't it? It has a slightly, not darker, but more emotionally nuanced piece of writing on the Aha front. But nonetheless, this is pop music, so that's all right,
Gravity's holding me back. I want you to hold out the palm of your hand.
If it's kind of influenced by Aha, you want to hear a chorus like Take On Me. That would be astounding, wouldn't it? Like to hear Harry Styles' voice just soaring like Morten Harkit's did. Sorry about that, I just received an email, 2 emails. F*** off emails. I don't even know how to switch those off. Why is it... Stop.
It's just us. It's not the same as it was.
Okay, so if they're saying it's influenced by Aha, they've taken the exact chord sequence from Take On Me. the greatest Aha song. Actually, there's a few really great Aha songs, but that's probably the greatest one. That goes. So it goes B minor, E major, A major, D, passing through the C sharp back to the B minor. But what Harry Styles has done is very clever. He's done the same chord sequence, but he starts on the D. Na 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 na. So these are the same chords going round in the same sequence, but they start at different points. So the first bar is a D, as opposed to the Aha, which is a B. So influence, it's a bit more of an influence, I think.
When everything gets in the way, seems you cannot be replaced.
Actually reminds me a bit of that band Metronomy as well. There's a Metronomy song that sounds like this.
And I think you said you'll never get anything better than this. As it was, no, it's not the same.
It's one of those ones where the chord sequence is the same in the verse and in the chorus. I think the hook of it probably is this. It's kind of like a Three Blind Mice in a way, in the sense that it's not Three Blind Mice, but it's something ultra simple, like la 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 la. So it's basically just a descending A major, the first scale you learn really, but which I think is the naivety of that is what probably makes it so catchy, really. I think the appeal of Harry Styles is the things he says, the way he looks, the way he dresses, and he's got some sort of integrity and authenticity about him. I mean, I don't know, where have I seen a red cat suit with that sort of diagonal chevron design? Oh yeah, I was wearing it on the fucking Easter is Cancelled tour in 2019, I think it was, yeah. And in the video for In Another Life, that's only 2 years ago, but doesn't matter. His is probably made by Gucci. Mine was made by Angela Bright. Also, I think he's got a lovely face. He sings all right. But this is like an F.R. David song with, less melody. And the melodies that are in there are basically the A major scale. I'm not hearing where the Depeche Mode reference is coming in, actually. I mean, maybe just in some of the sort of synthesizer patches that they've chosen to use. Maybe there's an FM bass line in there or something that resembles it. I just wanted to pick up on something that I meant to reflect on in the main sort of Harry Styles piece. When everyone's sort of saying, okay, this is great because it has this sort of Aha influence, and yes, it does have the Aha aesthetic, and that's mainly because when you break it down, what they've done is they've taken the chord sequence that underlies the instrumental motif of Take On Me, the biggest Aha hit, and they've started that chord sequence just at a different point and then built the entire song around that. And then they have a sort of musical interlude, instrumental sort of motif of their own, which has the same kind of cadence and rhythm to it, like a so you can see the influence. There's nothing wrong with that, but it is kind of mathematical in the way they've, I don't know, it's almost like they've charted out what is it that makes that part. It's not even the whole song, it's like what is it that makes that part of that Aha song so catchy? I don't know, I think songwriting's changed over the years. In the 80s, when Aha made that song, that motif with that chord sequence was just part of it, it's like, it was its own bit. And the story that Morton Harkett goes on to tell is woven through a whole other chord sequence, and there's stuff that builds up and fades out and comes in and out. That's a beautiful composition and really quite involved. And it's not just one chord sequence.
it's probably 3 or 4 chord sequences. But that's not really what I wanted to say, actually. I think that when the influence of something is that acute, and it's quite clear how they've arrived at it, it makes me wonder what people will think of a track, in 35 to 40 years, if the same sort of time has passed from this moment forth, and then some other artist, presumably on the recently colonized Mars, a Mars colonist has released a new song, and it sounds a bit like that. I don't think anybody's going to listen to it and then say, you know what, that's obviously influenced by Harry Styles, They're still going to be saying in 35 to 40 years' time that it's influenced by Aha, because you'll be able to trace the lineage back to that via whatever else between now and then is influenced by it. Because Aha actually is, Take On Me by Aha actually is great. It's not to say that, the Harry Styles song isn't good, because I think it is good, and I think he's great. He has greatness within him. But I think, is that song great? Really great? 40 years from now, still, is it? I don't think so. I don't think so. But there's a lot to love about it.
But yeah, I think this is the leading male pop star that we have at the moment. It's just really encouraging to see him having tattoos all over him and wearing cat suits. Don't know, there's something about that I just really love, and I can't put my finger on it. So yeah, well done, Harry Styles. Congratulations on your mega hit, and keep up the great work. Keep being important, and Justin Hawkins writes again. Don't forget to watch one of these 2 videos, like, subscribe, hit the bell for notifications, and I'll see you on the ice.